You know the music. Time to dance.
We are dropping into hell, Traverse!
Sandbox adjust trajectory.
EMP, losing power! We're going in hard!
This is Ray Carsillo for 1050 ESPN and 1050ESPN.com and ESPNVideogames.com. And I'm here with Brian Jarrard, who of course is the community director at Bungie, and he is working on Halo 3 ODST, one of the most anticipated titles of 2009 as it continues the legendary, iconic Halo series. How you doing today, Brian?
Excellent. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having us. Of course, we got a little bit of a hands-on with Halo 3 ODST, which maybe you want to start off by telling everybody out there what ODST stands for.
ODST stands for Orbital Drop Shock Trooper. Try saying that 3 times fast. But these guys, they've been featured a few times throughout the prior Halo games. They have a pretty big, prominent place in the hearts of fans, but these are kind of special forces badasses of the future. They're sort of a Green Beret, Navy SEAL, if you will. They get their name, though, because of their unusual means of entering combat. These guys strap themselves inside of basically a tin can. They're launched from orbit into a war zone, and that's where the name comes from. So a little crazy, maybe, a little on edge. These guys love danger, but they're no slouches either, as you saw in the game. They're definitely still pretty effective in combat.
Definitely. Now, it says Halo 3, but where exactly in the Halo timeline does ODST fall?
ODST picks up about midway through Halo 2. So it's before the events of Halo 3, but about halfway into Halo 2. It begins right when the Covenant are actually exiting Earth. The Prophet's ship creates a slipspace rupture. He disappears across the galaxy. Master Chief is off fighting aliens elsewhere, and your squad's dropping into the city of New Mombasa right when those things are happening.
Hey, rookie, you out there? Respond, that's an order.
Orders are orders. It's actually pulling out during the course of this game. Are you going to be able to see a lot of your favorite enemies to try and go against over the course of that, because there's going to probably be less of a Covenant presence?
Well, all the enemies are definitely back in the game. And fictionally, the Prophet had come to Earth, but he was leaving to go somewhere else. But they've definitely left behind a lot of people. They're not done here. As the events of Halo 3 showed us, they hadn't found what they're looking for yet by the time this game takes place. So there's plenty of Covenant guys to fight. All your favorites are back, including maybe even a special new edition.
Now, because you mentioned Master Chief is on the other side of the universe, that's going to mean new characters, new people for you to play as. Who specifically is the main character of Halo 3 ODST?
ODST actually has a pretty broad cast of characters. For most of the game, you're going to be playing from the perspective of a character called the Rookie, and we don't know much about him. He's new to the squad. Much in the sense of Master Chief, he's kind of a mysterious, quiet figure that you'll play the role of. And as you're in the city of Mombasa, hunting, looking for clues, trying to find your scattered squad mates, you'll be the Rookie in that scenario. However, when you find a clue, the way the game works is that you'll actually flash back in time and play through an action sequence from their perspective. So you'll actually get inside the boots of all the ODST cast members. That's Mickey, Dutch, Romeo, and Dare. And these are people that each have unique personalities. One of the guys is a sniper, one of the guys is a heavy weapons expert. So each one will have a little different gameplay element, a little different attitude and personality that comes with them.
So one, you're going to probably be blowing up a lot more stuff, or the other one, you're going to be working in the shadows and trying to get headshots.
Yeah, it's safe to say something like that, yeah.
All right. Aside from the brand new story and addition to the Halo canon, what other new features are in this game in terms of gameplay?
I think the biggest feature, just beyond all the ODST campaign itself, like you mentioned, is the addition of a new cooperative game mode called Firefight. And this is something our fans have been asking us for years, and we're happy that we've finally been able to get into a Halo game. But this is really just boiling down the essence of Halo combat, and it's you and your buddies, shoulder to shoulder, fighting off what's basically an endless wave of Covenant attackers. And the further you get in the game, the more the Halo 3 skulls start to turn on, modifying the game, making it more difficult. And the goal is just try and hold out, get as many points as possible, and maybe get some achievements and bragging rights along the way.
Now, you speak of the fabled skulls. Will there be a lot of collectibles in ODST?
There are some collectibles. The initial campaign skulls from Halo 3 are all there from the beginning. So if you want to start on your very first playthrough, you can turn on any scrolls you'd like. In Firefight, they're automatically turned on, but in the campaign mode, you can turn on scrolls at random. There are some other things to be found in the city. I guess I don't want to spoil things for our fans, but I would just say that true fashion, we've made it interesting and rewarding for fans who want to explore the city to its fullest and find what it has to offer.
Nice. Now, is there going to be any special inclusions, like when the game ships? Any special goodies that if you pre-order it?
Yeah, there's a special pre-order. That was a nice tee up there. As we saw, series fan favorite Sergeant Johnson has made a return. He has a cameo. He's only available in Firefight. Just a fun thing, and if you pre-order the game from select retailers, they'll give you a code, and you'll go online, enter the code, and you'll be able to unlock Johnson for use in Firefight.
Now, how many Firefight? It's sounding a lot like a horde kind of mode for maybe Gears of War. What kind of maps are we going to see, and how many maps are we going to see when ODST ships?
Well, I can't really quantify the final number for you, but the way it works is initially you'll have maybe 1 or 2 available, but as you progress through the campaign, you'll unlock spaces that then become for use in Firefight. But there's pretty big diversity. There's daytime scenes, there's nighttime scenes. Some involve vehicles, some don't. So we really kind of tap into the whole diverse landscape of the environment and the Halo Sandbox, and I think each map has a different hook to it, and they all play a little bit differently.
How big would you describe the sandbox of ODST? How big would you say the game is in terms of a landscape?
The game, just content-wise, there's just a tremendous amount of content between the whole campaign itself, plus the Firefight mode, plus we have all the other great features like 4-player co-op, campaign scoring, save films, you can take screenshots. All that stuff is still in there, but in terms of content, this is a full-body game, and it's a lot more than we initially even thought it would be, and we're pretty happy that so much is able to be accomplished in such a short period of development time for us. And strictly speaking about the city itself, you want to talk about size, Mombasa alone, once it becomes unlocked, is the biggest environment we've ever made for a Halo game ever, and you'll be able to explore it in any order, any fashion you'd like, and from there the missions kind of sprout off, and the player can pick and choose in any direction that they feel like they want to go.
The next year for Halo is pretty big because you have ODST and you also have Halo Reach coming out. How will this possibly tie in with Halo Reach?
So Reach is the next big game from Bungie. It's coming out next fall. All I can really say is that it is the prequel to the trilogy, so fans who are familiar with the fiction already know that some bad stuff happened on the planet Reach, and it was kind of the catalyst that really kickstarted the whole Halo trilogy that we've already released. The cool thing is, for ODST owners, if you hold on to your disc, there will be a Halo Reach Xbox Live multiplayer beta. And once that becomes available, you'll be able to enter the beta through your ODST disc. So I can't date that for you yet. We're not quite sure, but the important note is hold on to your disc. You're going to need it. You're going to want it.
Okay. And just for everybody out there so they can go mark it on their calendars, when is the shipping date for ODST?
ODST starts to arrive in stores on September 22nd.